Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Ninja Warrior podcast, and tonight we are covering the second part of the quarterfinals of NW Junior Season 3. Yep, just like we said, we are recording a second episode this week on the wrong day. Yep, I said we were recording it on Monday, but we are actually recording it on Tuesday. Yeah, what ended up happening was it was pretty busy on Monday, and by the time he was available, it was way too late to really do anything, so we just pushed it back to today. Oh, but either way, we have this 10th episode of NW Junior, the second part of the quarterfinals, which was definitely something. Yeah, so far for sure. Anyway, we have the first matchup in the 9 and 10-year-old age group to go over. That being Liz Polsgrove and Zoe Hall. Yep, these were two pretty good ninjas from, the qualifiers. Liz Polsgrove is Lightning Lens, and wanted to be that vet, and was the ninja wanted to be a veterinarian. And one really stupid thing they did with both her and Zoe's segments was they both made them talk about the dogs. Yeah, and this is a running theme throughout this episode, because I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe, what's her name? Lindsay Zimmerman came into this episode as a wild card and talked about her dog again. Yeah, even though we were already told about her. So, it's kind of, they're just trying to push it in. Yeah, and it was all over the intro as well. It's stupid. Like, god damn it. Did not even get sponsorship for Speaking Life of Pets 3. No. That movie should die in hell. Why did that movie even get a sequel? I mean, have any of you even seen that sequel? No! I haven't even seen the first one. I saw it. Do you think I care for it? No. It's just like, it's not Toy Story, that's all I have to say about it. They won't even try with that. But anyway, back to the actual race. This was actually surprisingly close. Yeah, as Liz and Zoe kept on invading on each other, and it eventually came down to Liz just barely winning on the wall, as she ended up letting Zoe catch up by just like sitting there on the wall, getting her footing down on the slot. It was just like really weird. Yeah, she just sat there waiting. It felt like she was waiting. It was like, oh crap, Zoe's gonna go. Alright, but anyway, then we had Molly McGovern, the contortionist ninja, versus probably the stupidest wild card here, Quaden Stubblefield Marsh. Yeah, I don't know who he is. He was that really overprivileged kid that we mentioned a couple episodes back. I really don't think he deserved the wild card. Why? Because he was in the final showdown. That's really the only reason why he was here. Yeah, it's really stupid. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. He surprisingly won this matchup, which just surprised me. Yeah, I was not letting Molly McGovern to crush him, because I felt like him. He was a pretty, bad ninja last time, but I think to a degree, he might not give him enough credit. I don't know. I think to a degree, a lot of us just, criticize ninjas because we don't like them. Look at my asses, yes. That is very true. Alright, but anyway, after that, we had the knockout round. We're starting off with the matchup between Quaden Stubblefield Marsh and Zoe Hall. Yep, this was a pretty easy win for Zoe. Yeah, she waits up past Quaden. I really don't have any other notes on this, so yeah. Then we have Molly McGovern versus Liz Polsgrove. God, I keep on saying lose. I mean, both of us watch The Owl House around the same time, so you can't really help yourself. I see that spelling, and the first thing that comes to mind is just saying loose from The Owl House. I'm sorry. Off topic as hell, but it's just the first thing I think of, so I have to bring it up. Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, keep on going about Molly. Yeah, so Molly McGovern, she got a segment about her older brother, who's literally the same size as her, so everyone thinks they're twins. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I kind of relate to that, because, me and Jacob, we look like nothing alike, so it's not like, we don't look like twins, but we technically are. Yeah, it's a weird thing, but I don't think you'd want to go into it. Nope, heck no. Yeah, but I do wonder, like, why wasn't her older brother with her in the competition? Like, why didn't he compete?
That's a good question. I mean, I feel like it's probably an internal thing, but that is a really good question.
Yeah, but anyway, this was a really close matchup, but Liz ended up winning.
Yeah, so immediately off, Mom McGovern ended up going like whacking across the floating steps, but as soon as Liz caught up on the lunatic ledges, she was gone.
Yeah, there was no business her losing. That was the final matchup between her and Zoe, and this was a pretty one-sided matchup.
Yeah, it was kind of close to the Flying Saucers where Liz got pulled away, and I Zoe definitely had a shot to catch up if she had linked the Lachey's like she definitely could have, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, no, Liz ended up winning that one, and she moved on to the semifinals.
Yep, that leads us to the 11 to 12-year-old age group. Let's start with a matchup between
Ellie Blinsfield and Grace Walk.
Yep, so Ellie Blinsfield, she was the drama queen from, I believe, episode 7 or 6, whatever. Then we had Grace Walk, a competitor who got very little content.
Yeah, she was actually a finalist. But Ellie was the wild card here, while Grace was the actual finalist, and she got like no coverage in the whole episode.
Yeah, she got no segment, and she got a really short one here too.
Yeah, her whole show was about talking about playing with the neighborhood kids, and this just makes you think of like, hey, wait, did she time travel from the 90s or something?
Oh jeez, oh come on, man, Oh, I know electronics have taken over our lives, but there are still a lot of people who play outside and all that stuff. That's just not us, no.
God damn it. It's really weird how things have changed, but I guess like it's really weird how that's a joke you can really realistically make with that type of kid, but oh no, man, it just feels like an insult when you say it like that. No, not aiming it to be away. I know you're not, but I'm just saying. Alright, but anyway, this was a pretty. This was a pretty close race, but the winner ended up being Ellie Blinsfield.
Yeah, but again, it was just really freaking close. It was without a doubt.
Yep. Then we had Bella Palmer and Joey Way. Wait, Bella Palmer, of course, being the Wild Ninja, who did not get a segment this round, but I'm pretty sure she got one in the knockout round. Then we had Joey Way, who got a segment about running track and stuff, and honestly, I still hate this ninja.
Yeah, they don't let you root. He's not a competitor I really want to root for. That's kind of more the problem here.
Yeah, and the sad was he barely won.
Yeah, it was a really close race between the two of them, but Joey won. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't even really know what went wrong, because, like, Belle wasn't necessarily behind. I mean, like, it really didn't feel like she could have won.
Yeah, even if she, like, picked up the pace and stuff, she definitely could have won, but... Yeah, so anyway, after that, we, of course, had the knockout round, which featured a matchup between Joey Way and Grace Walk, with this being a really freaking easy win for Joey Way.
Yeah, it was fast forward, so Joey Way plays like fast, Grace Walk. But the second matchup was not much different.
Yeah, it was only really kind of close between Bella Palmer and Ellie Blinsfield. Here they both got segments about, Bella was about her father and how he got her into hockey. And, Ellie's was more about her being the drama queen. Really, it wasn't really much of anything compared to last time.
Yeah, it was like basically the same thing, but they just like covered a lot less because like the big one was in her debut episode when she talked about getting pimples and stuff on her face going into 5th grade.
Yeah. Anyway, for the easy win, Bella Palmer ended up bringing home the win. Leading to the final matchup between Bella Palmer and Joey Way, a rematch from earlier in the episode, and this was fucking close.
Yeah, for sure. This was probably one of the closest matchups this season. Definitely not the closest, but really freaking close.
Yeah, we had Joey Way and Bella Palmer going back and forth. back and forth. And Ludwig Ledges, you notice that Bella Palmer made a one swinger on the first Lachey, but then Joey White just screwed that and made took one jump and jumped to catch up. It's just like, you try to be innovative, but I'm going to be innovative back if you do that.
Yeah, I don't want to stay in the ways. Yeah, I know how to stay in the ways. The final, on the whoop ball was really close. Joey White just barely beat her to the buzzer, but God darn it was that close.
As you guys probably know, Bella Palmer ended up getting a wild card, so we saw her again in the semis.
Yeah, definitely speaking, she deserved it.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I don't personally like the wild card for the semis. I'll talk about them when we get there, but personally, that's one of the few good things about them. They can give credit who deserve a second chance at Bella Palmer. An actual chance.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on. We have the 13 and 14-year-olds age group.
Oh yeah, this one got intense. As per usual.
Yeah. Anyway, the first matchup was between
Colt Elder and Jacob Ornstein.
Yep, this was a real easy win for Jacob, as Colt ended up falling in the water on sideways.
Yep, the exact same thing happened in the second match between Luke Millman and Lexi Vacuse.
Yeah, you notice we're not talking about segments here, because these were all fast forward, so we're just going through them.
Yeah, but anyway, Luke Millman ended up winning as Lexi ended up falling on sideways. And yeah, those two really disappointing in early wins for the both of them.
Yep, anyway, after that we had the knockout one as always. With the first matchup being between
Colt Elder and Luke Millman.
Yep, this was a real easy one for Luke Millman. As just boys past Colt, who is called The Bolt. But one thing I want to mention about Colt's one is that he had a one-handed save on Spinball Wizard.
Yeah, that was just really close. Generally, it was just David with all the skip play pass, and I'm just like, wait, he had a one-handed save. And he's just what?
Yeah, on the, it's because we watch the episodes before we do the podcast. As these recordings, so we just know exactly what we're talking about. And I skipped right past, really forgetting it even happened because it was so insignificant. Either way, we had the second match between Jacob Ornstein and Lexi Vacuse, and this was kind of an easy win for Jacob Ornstein. Yeah, only kind of, because Lexi actually kept up with him until sideways, which she was able to pass this time around, but she fell behind.
Yeah, definitely. I think her main problem is that she can't push this slider fast enough. Because she's pretty efficient otherwise.
Yeah, aside from Taylor and Jordan Cole, she's really the only girls daring enough to make, one swingers and stuff. So she could definitely match up to the boys if she gave it a little more time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But anyway, then we had the final matchup between Jacob and Luke, and this was pretty easy.
Yep, Luke, Millman, boys, I passed Jacob. Just, a couple of boys, just a couple of boys. I wish I knew what to say, but I just don't.
Yeah, I know, but as you probably remember us mentioning, Jacob got another wild card in the semis. So, yeah.
Yeah, but did Jacob get the most wild cards at anyone in a row at 2? He got one for the quarterfinals here because he fell on sideways, and then he got one in the for the semis. So yeah. And Luke Millman was the person who moved on to the semis legitimately this time around.
Yep. And that is it for this episode of AEW, of Ninja Warrior, of AEW Junior. We did not see, of Lightning Lindsay Zimmerman today. I thought we would.
She was featured prominently in the intro, so was Taylor Green, but neither of them were here. We'll see him eventually, obviously, but it's just the point.
Yeah, but anyway, that's it for this episode of the Ninja Warrior Podcast.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time to cover the third part of the quarterfinals. I cannot wait for that one. Yeah, that will not be next week. I have a charity event live stream that I'm going to be watching. I'm doing some walk along with that, so I am not doing a podcast with you guys. I'm sorry.
It's alright. I'm watching the Coliseum too, man, so I don't care.
Yeah, because of the fun, we won the TOT Coliseum, but I'm sure nobody cares, so we won't dedicate a whole segment to it. Yeah, I kind of like out of the loop on this one because I'm not watching it with you guys, but I get your point, you know.
It's a once in a lifetime thing. You can't really miss it. So we're gonna watch as much as we can, but we're not doing the podcast next week anyway.
Yeah, but we make sure to come back the week after for a podcast. Yep, that's when we're covering the third part of the quarterfinals. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time for that. Peace.